You know what I love is the fact that I own 2 Funko Pops, which I already think it's like kind of Funko Pops are a bit much for me. It's like I felt scammed the moment I first saw Funko Pops. I was like, "Oh gosh. Yeah, cheap bits of plastic, but it's your favorite character and it's everything. It's everything." And I was like, this is so dumb. It's preying on people's need to collect everything, and then like there's always going to be one Funko. Han Solo, stop. I'm talking about Funko Pops. Could you please pull yourself together?
Chewie, is that you?
Chewie?
Oh! Chewie! Chewie, no!
How silly. Chewie?
That's his line for the rest of the...
That's just what he says to every situation.
It's a mug.
Chewie?
Chewie.
Oh, great.
Chewier than a mug.
Nice. But, like, there's a Funko Pop for everyone. So, of course, they made $1 billion. And I was like, Funko Pops are stupid. And then I found out
Rancor!
I literally was like, Funko Pops are stupid. And then I literally found out that they had
Proto Man,
and
then
Funko
you're like,
Pop. And I was like, Funko Pop.
that activated your neurons again.
My neurons came together. It was like, so I have a Tokyo limited edition. I didn't go to Tokyo. That makes it sound like I went to Tokyo and had a grand old time. Are we just supposed to? We're supposed. We're supposed to.
You
Sammy, you go over here. Go over here and.
No, it's closing.
Sammy, go over here and use the thing and grapple this. What a time. Yeah.
It literally disconnected me because, like, I'm now freaking R2. Like, why?
You went into the shadow realm. Okay, come on. Over here, buddy. Over here. Sammy, lead him over here. He's so cantankerous. Get over here. No.
Can I pull down a lever?
Over here, buddy. Baby.
I can't even pull down a lever.
He can't get over here.
Where is
What?
Chewie?
I thought we were supposed to blow him up.
Where is Chewie?
I get it. Sammy, Chewie died, so we're gonna have to figure.
He's somewhere.
Bro, Chewie literally disappeared.
I can't do crap
You
now.
have to turn into C-3PO and open the hatch. Open the hatch over here and get a guy to fall out. A guy falls out and he's like, "Ooh, yummy. I'm gonna go and eat him." So he goes and eats him, picks him up. There we go. Yummy. And then he's gonna go over to his eating spot. Yum. And then you blow him up. We did it! Yeah, so I have a Japan limited edition black and yellow Mega Man, which is really cool. I was, though. It was awesome.
Wow,
you know what? Fighting a Rancor is hard, okay? It is. Oh my gosh, I watch a show on YouTube called Mr. Sunday Movies, and it's so funny. They were talking about like the Ninja Turtles. It's these 2 Australian guys with a lot of editing over top of it, and they were talking about the second Ninja Turtles movie, and they were talking about how like the premise of that movie was like, they work together. They can't work together as a team. They're always messing stuff up, and he makes the point.
Pull lever.
Oh. Okay, time to go over here. Gotta get it. Oh no! Oh gosh! Oh, we actually murdered him.
Are they gonna show
like
the
a
fat
spike
guy who
litter?
like, cries because of
that made me so sad. Why did they ever have to do that? A fat guy comes around and he's just like, "Oh, my pet," and it's like so sad. All of a sudden.
Wow. Chewie?
So sad. No.
No,
please. No, stop. No.
I said stop.
He's all like,
our poor child.
"Excuse me."
Poor
What do you mean by our poor child?
No, I was gonna finish that.
No, let's
but, like,
take a massive couple of steps back. Was that all one level?
Yeah, that was a
What
long
the
level.
heck?
That
That
was
was
like
a
25
long-
minutes.
We're gonna get many episodes out of this. Hooray, the content! Yay!
Hooray!
Yay! Yay!
I knew you were gonna do it. I was just waiting.
I know, you know me so well. Isn't that weird when you're like watching yourself in a recording and you're just standing in the mirror looking at yourself? Isn't that weird? Huh? Anyone? Well, I'll be like watching myself in a recording. And I'll be like, I'll think of what I'm about to say next, and then I'll say it into the recording. And I'm like, wow, I know myself so well. Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, Chapter 2, The Great Pit of Carcoon. Work continues on the new Death Star, and the future of the galaxy appears increasingly bleak. On Tatooine, Luke Skywalker is in the grip of Jabba the Hutt,
this level.
along with Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Princess Leia. Jabba takes his prisoners across Tatooine dunes to the Great Pit of Carcoon, where he plans to feed them to the fearsome Sarlacc beast. Sarlacc beast. But even with the backup from Boba Fett, Jabba has severely underestimated the powers of Luke Skywalker.
Joe Baba?
Yo, remember in the Boba Fett show? Remember in the Boba Fett when Boba Fett drives his iconic ship directly into the front of a Sarlacc pit, and then he almost dies because he got too close to the Sarlacc pit again because he was just like, "Oh, I want to get a closer look." Remember when everybody collectively agreed just to never talk about Boba Fett again?
What show?
Chewbacca?
Yes.
Chewie? Chewie? That's not Chewie. I love it.
Oh, it's so good.
Ah! I love it. I
You
love
look
this
so
bit so
angry.
much. It's great. And then he's gonna die. He's, hey, that's mine. Oh, you silly mean. And then he like gets sliced in half and thrown into the pit of 1,000 terrors. Whoa!
Whoa! Oh, man.
Yay! It's so exciting.
Speaking of the Boba Fett show, I read the Boba Fett book that was actually made. It wasn't a Boba Fett book. It was like the story of the Boba Fett. Or no, it was. Gosh, I can't speak. It was the story of all the bounty hunters that were hunting.
Could you pull this other lever
for Han Solo? Oh yeah. And it had IG-11, Boba Fett, the one.
the original ones?
Yeah, it was the original book.
Whoa.
And it was
Oh my
made
goodness.
a really long time ago.
Gosh,
I found it
the
in the library.
Star Wars Legends canon was so cool and so amazing. It was so great. It was so cool.
But the
And then-
way they had Boba Fett survive in that was that
Are we supposed
what's
to pull
his
these at the same time?
what's the bounty hunter?
Sammy!
Oh, sorry. What's the bounty hunter that has a cloth wrap around his face? It's Dangar.
Dangar. Wow, I can't believe I remember his name.
Boba Fett escaped because Dangar threw a thermal grenade inside of it and rescued him. And then after that, he invited Boba Fett to his wedding.
Yo, that's so great.
There was
I
a
love
whole
little things
intricate
like that.
story. It was a personal life of Boba Fett and
So wait, Dangar saved Boba Fett, or Boba
yeah,
Fett
because he
saved
threw
Dangar?
a grenade. Right after this fight, Dangar was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go rescue Boba Fett."
Yeah.
And then he does, and then Boba Fett is all burnt up to a crisp.
Yeah,
It's a really cool story.
So
but then in the
fun.
show, you just see him crawl out.
He just crawls out, but I mean, I guess that's the. People are be like, oh, nobody's ever
You can have him
satisfied
crawl out.
with-
That's fine. Except he crawls out and does.
Crap, we
what?
gotta pull this lever again.
He just lives with.
Oh my gosh, they're
same
trying to
people.
argue. You gotta pull the other lever.
Oh.
They're trying to say that being in the Sarlacc pit altered his personality because of the chemicals in the Sarlacc pit, and he had
They're actually
such
trying to defend their terrible writing.
it was such a life-changing event
Wait,
that
do this thing again.
I gotta
'cause-
push this.
Oh,
I gotta
right.
push this over. and it was stupid. And it shows him just like, punching a hand through the sand, and it's like, what? How though? How did he get out on his own? Like, you can't just dig through sand like that. Especially, like, how does it work?
He crawled out of the guts.
It doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm not saying that, like, it's so frustrating because, like, something like that will happen and it won't make sense. And people will be like, oh, whatever, it's just a movie about wizards in space for children. It's not supposed to make sense. But, like, okay, all right. If another movie comes out and Luke Skywalker, like, slashes a whole Star Destroyer in half single-handedly, flies through space, does a backflip, lands on the sun, then winks at the camera and goes, that's just how the Force works, baby. Oh, gosh, yeah, that's right. If I'm like quoting oh my gosh, I need you to defend me, please. Defend me. No, defend me.
Oh, it's gone.
Fell off.
That was for a mini kit?
Yo, let's go get that mini kit, baby. What? I'm quoting off of a guy called Mahler on YouTube who was like, all right, riddle me this, Batman. If Luke Skywalker were to, like, slash a whole Star Destroyer in half, fly through space, do a backflip, land on the sun, and wink at the camera, and go, that's just how the Force works, baby, or something like that.
Ouch.
Like, do you think that people would be upset and be like, oh, that doesn't make any sense? Well, yeah.
People use the argument that, it's in a space.
Oh, it's not supposed to make sense.
Because they are brain dead.
It made sense before, though.
Do not know how to come up with a valid argument. That's all they have.
You have to make rules and follow those rules. Even if the rules don't make sense in our world. This is basic I'm like just doing nothing but kicking this like absolute saddest boss fight I think I've ever seen in this game. And then he just becomes a cripple, and then you're banned to Netflix Plus or Disney Plus.
You're banned to Netflix Plus.
You're banned to Netflix Plus after Disney buys Netflix. Calls it Netflix Plus. I seriously...
They don't have enough money to buy Netflix.
It's storytelling 101. When you create a fantasy world, obviously it doesn't make sense in the rules of our world, but they make their own rules. Like, if you have a magic thing, then, like, you can't just do whatever you want. You have, like, I don't know, mana or something like that you have to run through. Or, like, there's rules. You can't just do anything you want at any time you want, you know? And it's like... Yeah, everybody agrees on that. Until your favorite precious Star Wars movies start not making sense, and then people point it out, and it's like, it was never supposed to make sense. It's nice to have things make sense and be coherent. It's also nice to have things make sense and be coherent.
World
I don't
War
know
II
where
bombers in the Last Jedi. Do you remember those? Do you remember
That's
those?
why yeah, I do. I do remember those. They were so...
Wait, what are you supposed to do?
I think you're supposed to... I think I'm supposed to, like... Yeah, you're supposed to go there and then push the thing off and build it or something. I don't know. I just, like... And it's so frustrating when people are like, I can't believe you're getting this upset over, like, a franchise, over a product that they're giving you. And it's like...
Internet.
It's like I like enjoying things, and when my favorite characters get like botched and destroyed, and it just is, it's so sad. It's just sad to see, and it's like, yeah, obviously it doesn't matter in the terms of your real life and your job and whatever, but it's just like, it's okay to criticize things. It's okay to go, hey, this made no sense. You want to talk about it? Like. That's okay. That's okay.
Is there a lever behind anyone? Oh, there is.
Oh. I think you gotta hold it up, and I gotta pull the lever.
Yeah.
I'm the whatever. Didn't know I should have
Stupid.
there. Whatever. It's like, it's so frustrating. It's just so frustrating.
I mean, I can get behind the fact that like people watch movies and not think about them, because I remember the first time I watched The Force Awakens, I loved it.
Yeah, me too. I loved it. I watched it,
I watched it, and I must have been, Gosh.
You gotta force the other thing.
I gotta build this for you guys too.
Oh,
we were watching it. I was 11. I think.
Woohoo!
And, you know, I walk out of the theaters and I was like, that was a really cool Star Wars movie.
That was one of the first times in my entire life I ever had a cinema clap. And I started it. I started the clapping in the theater. I know that's probably kind of cringe to say. I got the whole
people clapping. I honestly don't remember if like the whole theater was clapping or not.
You gotta force the thing.
Force what?
The light on the right.
Oh, I thought it
light
did that.
on the right.
Light on the right. Light on the right, and you get your bag. Light on the right, and you get your bag.
Oh, I have to match it?
Oh.
Why isn't it letting me do the other one?
Bottom one, I guess.
It's not letting me. Why isn't it not letting me? Oh, if I go, what does this thing do?
I don't know.
I see.
Eureka. You. But like, it's also so frustrating to be like, okay, so yeah, there are people out there who just like don't care, and that's fine. If you don't care, then that's fine. But like, stop like being mad at the people who do care, and like that's such an odd thing to get mad at. Like somebody's frustrated that
someone
like
doesn't understand
they treated
how
Luke Skywalker
can
terribly.
Think about things critically, so they get mad.
Yeah, and it's like someone's upset that the movie like has terrible pacing and it doesn't make any sense. It's like, ah, man, I would have loved
like
to enjoy
in a
that
quote unquote, I guess argument you could say. One dude on Facebook said that Andor was horrible and was not deserving of everything it got. And I'm like trying to like talk. Was like you don't have the comprehension to understand how good it is.
All right, well.
And I didn't actually say that exactly. I can't remember what exactly I said, but...
Well, it's like, okay, explain what you didn't like about it. And it's usually like, well,
it was boring.
It wasn't exciting enough. Yeah, okay. Everybody needs...
He complained that half this show was the prison. And, like, I'd say the prison was, like, one of the most unique ideas that they've done in all of Star Wars.
It's just like lightsabers and stormtroopers and slashing through things and mindless numbing, like if you like that, okay, that's great. But
I would be glad to watch The Mandalorian with a toddler and then have them be super excited about it. But
it's fine. It's fine if you like those shows. But there is an Okay, here's the other thing. We're about to end the episode soon, but I gotta get this out. Here's the other thing that I super
How do we do this?
duper hate is that you judge a show or a movie and or I don't know if we
throw a bomb?
I can't throw a bomb.
Oh, okay. No, never mind.
A show or a movie, yes, it's art. It's a type of art, and like technically speaking, it's like, oh yeah, art is subjective. So it's just like if you love it or hate it, doesn't matter. There is no good or bad when it comes to movies. That's stupid because movies can be objectively bad. They can objectively have poor writing, poor pacing. They can objectively, it's really hard to measure some of the things, but it's like
build the thing.
There is an objective way to do things. That's why we have bad movies. Oh gosh, I'm trying to build it, but I can't.
Build it.
Build. And it's like
Bill.
There's an objective way to do things. Yeah. It can be objectively good or objectively bad. And you can like something that's objectively bad. That's okay. People love The Last Jedi. But I hate it when, like, you're like, oh, this is objectively bad. Like, the pacing's bad. And it's like, who cares? I care! Sorry, I care. Kind of, you gotta push that thing over. I think that took us forever to figure out when we were kids, because the camera angle didn't show it.
Yeah.
Whoa!
You gotta build 2 speakers.
Go and then a party in the house tonight.
What do we do? Oh, Oh. Whoa.
You gotta stand on it.
Oh, I thought I was standing on it.
We both gotta stand on it together. Wee hee. Hee hee. Hee hee. Hee hee hee. Yo!
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that they were just like, how do we make this like interesting? Like, how do we?
Let's just have a disco party.
How do we make this like the inside of the barge?
All right,
a
before
cool
we
puzzle?
go into
Let's
this next
build
room,
a disco thing.
I'm gonna. Oh, I thought it was. Oh, the episode's over.
Whee! Oh, oops, 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 whoops. Time to choke and kill Jabba the Hutt. Oh no, there he goes. Just
to
like
this
Jabba
day,
ended.
I still don't understand how she managed to choke him.
I
with
don't
a
know,
chain.
you just get like a
He
really
has such a girthy neck.
such a large neck, and
I
like
don't understand how.
I don't know.
Oh, there's more. Okay, let's
movie
quit now.
logic. It's just like, and he died. Huh? George Lucas was like, it's a poem. He dies.
What?